You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna take it. All right, what's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber died trying, right? You see the thumbnail, right? What would you go through to be a master? Um, they have the quote that it takes 10,000 hours to become a master at something. So, how committed would you have to be to use 10,000 hours or get to 10,000 hours, or even or maybe get it in a shorter span? Who knows? But what would you go through to do it? If any of y'all don't know the thumbnail, that's Bruce Leroy. You need to get brushed up on the 80s movies, The Last Dragon. But he was getting trained the whole movie to, and he thought that eventually he was going to meet the master by his teacher. But the way his teacher was teaching him was basically having him to have a moment of self-actualization or realization that he's the master that he's been looking for. So, but he had to get pushed to that point. He had to be committed to the process. And you not only trust the process, but you have to work at it and work at it and work at it. And you have to enjoy it. Enjoy it so much so that you're immersed in it. Are you willing to be immersed in something? Because a lot of times we're looking at people who are successful, right? And they're great at something. And a lot of times we see the finished product and we don't want to take into consideration how many, overnight successes took years to make. As a hip hop fan, when you listen to the Rick Ross thing, when he says he wrote music for 10 years and didn't get paid and before he actually got his big break. But what we see is the Rick Ross now. We look at athletes and, oh man, man, they're great. It's God-given talent. But then you ask them, how long you been doing this or that? And they, I've been doing this since I was 7, since I was 11, since I was 12, since I was 14, and they immerse themselves in something at an early age, and they constantly worked at it and worked at it and worked at it. Days where they felt like doing it, days where they didn't feel like doing it, days that they were healthy, days that they were sick, days that they were, that all they had was this thing that they loved to do. The days that they were full, they had a full stomach, the days they had an empty stomach, they did it, with everything that they had in them. And when it comes to us, we talk about the participation trophy type society where, you want an award for just showing up. And even if you showed up, that doesn't mean you're just going to actually put forth your best effort. That just meant you showed up. But what about the people who they're willing to go through a lot to become a master? Sometimes the challenge isn't the adversary across from you. Most times the challenge is from the adversary within, the adversary that you see in the mirror. What are you willing to go through to be a master? As in, are you willing to be your accountability partner? Are you willing to wake yourself up in the morning and kick yourself in the butt and say, we doing this? There's this short video of Kobe Bryant online. He says, he made a deal with himself and he's not going to take any shorts. He's not going to cut the corners. Once he made the deal was done. If he said he was going to do something, he got to do it. Nobody else had to come tell him to do it. He already made that deal. So and people like to quote the Mamba, Mamba and Mamba mentality, but what are you really willing to do to actually you know, be a master at something. Because it's all, are you willing to, do the little things tediously and tirelessly? Why are you so great? Because I do all the little small things. You don't do the big things? No. The big things aren't effective. To get it together, you got to do all those little things. And you got to master the little things. All you see is the finish, but you got to master this little step and that 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 little step, and then bang, all that comes together for one thing. And you got to work at that over and over and over and over again. And then you got to, get another little routine with another type of way to approach it. And you do that over and over and over again. And then you do another one, and you do another one, and you do another one. And sometimes it's the same thing in different ways and in different places and different circumstances and different situations. And you got to be willing to train yourself from your body to be able to adapt to all of those things tirelessly and give it all you got. But the question is, are you willing to do that? See what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't want to admit that they're not willing to go through much to become a master. But you can't, you can't wear the crown without ever stepping into the palace. Just my thoughts. But like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and catch you on the next one. Peace.